This video, I'm going to be breaking down the best offense in Madden 26. This is the Los Angeles Chargers offense. They have the best offensive playbook, in my opinion. If you want to get my full ebook on this, it's going to be in our school community for just $10. It is going to be linked in the description down below. Like I said, I believe that this is probably the best offense in Madden 26, at least right now it is. And if you want to get my full scheme on how to run everything, it is going to be in our school community. That being said, I'm just going to highlight the playbook a little bit and then show you some of its potential. So if you go through here, we're just going to start with all of these, run sets. One of the most underrated thing about the Chargers playbook is this single back wing slot formation. This is really good because it has good auto motion run plays, which you don't see, but also has basic ones. So it has like the basic stretch. It has the basic dive. It has this where is that 26 duo. The stretch, the dive, and the duo runs are really important. You want to have at least two of the three. And then also you can put some passing in behind this. The one that I like really personally is just the auto motion passing play. You can obviously hot route that auto motion out if you don't want it, but it gives you a tool in your toolkit to be able to have that. And they actually have some other really, really cool passing plays in this, but this is a great under center, like red zone type of situational formation. You also have single back deuce close, and it is actually a really, really good single back deuce close. You have the auto motion run again with the motion duo. You have a stretch. You also have a 0-1 trap, which I really like having at least at its core a 0-1 trap and a stretch. I think it's really good. Flood trail, great play. PA drag wheel with a little glitchy fade on the left side. I just think you have a lot of really, really cool stuff from these playbooks and from this formation. If you go over to a slot here, kind of another variation of wing slot, it's just slightly different. And what's nice about this one is this is kind of more like the shotgun ace slot, but you have a motion wide zone with the zone going to a tight end side, which I think is really good. I kind of build around the actual zone, the auto motion plays here, but you do have a wide zone. Wide zone is so good. Wide zone in this game stretch. Those are just both amazing, amazing runs. You want to have those. And then you have this auto motion PA slide play that, again, you can hot route if you don't like it, but it has a stock tight end crosser, which is really cool. You off trips. I don't really ever run this one. It's kind of a unique one. Not really a whole lot to see here, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. Split T, if you want to get the big boys on the field in the red zone. You have a legit split T with like motions and stuff. Kind of cool formation. I don't really run it a lot, but you do have fullback dive, fullback toss, kind of similar to Ohio State in college football 26. And you have I form. This I form wing has a couple things that are really, really good. It has, where is that power G? This power G run is really good in the need a yard or two. Good option. Fullback dive has a nice tight end post play. And then you can run some auto motion if you want to run some auto motion. Has some cool routes on the back side of it. Motion power weak looks like a crazy play, but post shot is a great little money play in the red zone as well. I form close. They just have good fundamental runs like halfback stretch, halfback ISO, power O, and then a play action off of that if you wanted to do something like that. This play PA tight end leak is really good. It has a short post on the right and a deep post on the left. Really good combination, and it has a tight end deep corner route, and then you can hot route a short corner. So this is a really, really good little formation here as well. Y off close. Nothing too crazy here. The motion plays are kind of cool. So if you wanted to have like what I would probably do if I was running this, I don't run this specific formation a lot, but halfback stretch, you could then have like the auto motion zone weak. And then if you wanted to, you could have some of these auto motion passing plays. For example, where was that one we were looking at? This motion PA counter, this one right here, that one looks like a solid play to me. And then double outs with a nice tight end post. So good little under center stuff. It's not amazing. It's not why you run the playbook, but you do have it. You have a fullback dive out of this weak formation with a couple good run plays, and then you just need this basic Z curl with a nice post route. Like, you're good. You have everything you need there. It does have pistol tight while flex. This is a crazy formation. I think this formation is really good because you can kind of build around these cheat motions here. So like this PA cheat post comeback, kind of a crazy one. You have the cheat tight end double pass, which is just a wild play. You have the halfback zone off the same cheat motion, so you have three good ones. And then you have RPO read flat wheel, like America's favorite play, if you wanted to ever get into any of that. And the cool part about this is you can audible to this from your main passing formations, which is really cool. And then wild trips, not a whole lot too crazy. They do have some cool stuff though. I mean, they just added so many cool plays, man. Like the motion wide zone is a really nice play. The motion power, like these two right here, and then you pair that with this motion. Where was that one I was looking at? Motion PA boot slide with an auto motion wheel. Like there's just so much you can do this year with all these kind of unique motion plays and things that they've added into the game. So, anyways, those are some really good formations there. The shotgun stuff, I don't really ever run like shotgun deuce close, but you have it. Really, the main one we want to start with is this normal Y off close. This formation has a couple of money plays. It has this Y stick dig with an S post on the left and a wheel route. The wheel routes are really important this year because you can't hot route them. So having them is really good. It has the power read run. This run is really, really good. You also have this motion angle wheel is a good play. And then I believe we have red zone scissors with that S post on the right side. So not the best normal Y floats, but good, a decent one. And then if we keep going through though, they have some amazing, amazing, amazing trips formations. This Y off trio weak, such a good formation. And you have the money plays. You have PA post stick shot. You have stick. I don't know if we have that one play. We don't actually have that one. We would want to put four verticals here because we get that nice tight end crosser. But really, you also have that nice power read. Those power read runs are really good. You also have buck sweep out of this. We'll throw buck sweep in the audibles. But this one right here, Y off trips close. So this is a new it's technically a new name of an old formation. This is U trips. This is literally U trips in terms of and they actually even added some new plays to it with some new combos. But this is a full U trip. So you have all the good classic plays. You have scat with the short corner on the left side. You have, if we go through here, you have tight end whip, which is just a money play of money plays. It's such a good play because you have a short post on the right, a short post on the left. You have a speed out of the slot, a tight end zig. Like you just have money routes within this. Drag wheel gives you that wheel route to the slot receiver, which is really helpful. Y option wheel, one of the best quick hike plays in the game. You have access to that. And then if you want to throw a run in here, you have it. I really like this deep slot curl. This play is going to be really, really good again. I don't remember if we had the tight end seam streak plays. Whichever way you want to get to it is going to be good. I like this one probably a little bit better. But anyways, you have WAP trips close. You also have trips tight end, and this is a really good trips tight end because they added a couple plays. This motion Z spot play, you've got to try this play. This play is so good. It's got a short post on the left, a speed table on the right with a deep corner to the tight end, and then obviously you can hot route into other stuff. You have a quarterback zone. If you are not putting the quarterback zone in your audibles, you're crazy. If they give you a good look for a quarterback zone run, it is GG's. It's such a good run. Verticals, PA boot shot, just some classic stuff here. You could go with motion bench. I like this play because it gives you that short post on the second receiver. They just have some other stuff too, though. Like you have good RPOs. If you want to run the bubble, you have that. You have that nice inverted double post from the tight end. Like just a lot of really valuable plays. We have wide receiver short post curl flat. Like so many valuable plays here that we have access to within this. It's so shuffle motion. Like the trips it's got a great trips. Okay. You also have bunch spread. Now this is not, a top level formation, but it is a good formation and it has good plays in it. For example, one of the plays that it has that I think is really good is this motion slot under because it has a sock fade on the left and has a short corner on the right side. If you look at some of these other plays, this cheat slot cross, this slot cross is really good. You want to have something like that. It has an outside zone as the run. Outside zone runs are really good from shotgun sets. You have branch return, which is a good quick snap, very quick snappable play. Speed dig. Gosh, these are just good plays, man. No matter how you want to look at it, but these are some of the plays that I would do. I would have just the cheat plays, the cheat flood, and the cheat slot cross. I think just make the most sense. And then this motion slot underplay, just because if you wanted to come out, you could also justify this motion slot hitch but I don't think because you can hot route slot fades, I wouldn't put that in the audibles. Now we get to kind of some of the bread and butter stuff of this playbook, the bunch strong offset formation. This formation is insane. As you take a look here, a couple of my favorite plays out of this. Corner strike. This is a play. I actually think corner strike might be the number one play in the game. We're going to put flood and we're going to put dagger in our audibles. Those are really good audibles there. You have another thing that's crazy is you have a duo run from a bunch formation. Really good in this game. Make sure you have that duo run if you're running Chargers. That's one of the best. It's just such a good run. You've got to have that run. The only other thing in terms of an audible that I would recommend, honestly, is this motion, either the red zone PA corner to get kind of a freestyle play action blocking play, or motion deep post, or there's another one. I can't remember where if it was in here. Might be in a different play. Honestly, you put the pin pull toss there. You could have a little little deal there. But I think motion deep post makes the most sense just because it gives you a big boy post on that slot receiver. So, anyways, Bunch X Nasty. This is another reason why this is such a good formation. They actually have a really good Bunch X Nasty, probably one of the best Bunch X Nasties. They have the money play, motion cross post. This play is going to be really good this year. You need to have this in your audibles. Another one that they have is they have in this their running plays from this. They have that motion RPO zone alert. I like it because it's RPO off of the same auto motion. Pretty good little play there. And then you have some other little things. So, for example, this SFT motion or bounce mesh drive motion, I really like this play because as a short corner, it has a unique motion to the running back. Pretty good all in all. And so I'm going to put that in the audibles. You kind of, honestly, you might want to base out a Bunch X Nasty. The more that I look at this, you kind of want to come out of Bunch X Nasty if you're running this, in my opinion, just because their Bunch X Nasty has literally so many good plays. The only other one that I would say you have to have in your audibles, in my opinion, I think you have to either have drive halfback under or this SFT bounce PA double post because this just has big boy routes on the field. You have, just really, really nice routes within this. And this is such a good formation. Tight open. That's another one that while it's not like the best, it's a great mix-in formation that gives you some good money plays that you have here. You also have, so as far as audibles, what would I do here, right? I would actually suggest the halfback draw as one of your audibles here. Branch return with a little return right on the left. Verticals halfback burst, you have to have that one. Bench is just a quick snap play. Quick snap plays, I'd probably go Diggs D spot just because, or mesh spot, either way. I'd probably go mesh spot now that I look at it. And maybe even with branch return, I still think you want to have these really cool return routes because the hot routed return route's not as amazing as the other ones. But guess what they added this year? They added tight offset, tight end. And I'm telling you right now, you put 01 and inside. You put both of these in here because these two runs are amazing. You have PA seams, such a powerful play, just such a powerful play. And then we have some short corner type stuff like Y out where we're able to have that big boy post. We have the short corner. And then if you wanted to, that's probably all you really need. I would say spot gives you a short corner on the other side. So if you're a heavy passer, maybe you just have 0-1 trap and you have spot there. But I think you have everything you need within these audibles. Now, I'll just show you some of my favorite basic combos. But as you see, I could talk about this playbook for a while. It has got everything you need in it. But what's cool about this is if we just get on the field here, we're playing just a basic, cover four. What we can do is just simply run corner strike. All you got to do, set it up, streak the slot receiver. And this short corner on the right side is really good. As you see, we're just able to hit that nice window on that right side. Another thing you can do, because baseline is no longer in the game, if you stem this corner out, a lot of times he'll be able to out leverage that quarter flat defender, as you see right there, and they're going to have a hard time stopping this in cover 3 or cover 4. I really like the stem down corner. I still think it's really good in Madden. It was amazing in college football. But the other thing you have here, you're going to get a lot of this in this game, and you have to be ready to be able to beat it. You're going to get a lot of man coverage. And so how do you beat man coverage? You use a speed in route to your running back. Watch this running back route. Just absolutely cook the man coverage defender on that left-hand side. Another thing that you have in this is you have dagger, and this dagger play is so simple. Just cross over the slot receiver, snap the ball, and you got high-low reads for high-low reads, and it's just everything is open. It is so good. This is such a basic level play, but it's a really, really good play. Another one that I love is flood. How do you not love flood? All you got to do is stem the tight end corner all the way down. This fade on the right takes care of every zone, and you can just throw this tight end corner into these little windows that are created by this flat defender. Let me try to show that a little bit better. I got kind of crazy pressure for the first time. I actually think they did some tuning to practice mode sheds to make it where they don't shed as bad, but that could be me. I'll show you another really cool combo that you need to be using if you're running Chargers. But first and foremost, I want to show you that you can complete this corner. So you'll see right here, look at that little window for that that deeper corner to the tight end. Such a good route. And then the other thing that you have so many hot routes. This is another thing. Like, this is why Chargers is so good, because one of the routes you need is you need this sharp corner on the right. But what you have is you could go with a slot fade, a streak, a backside drag, very high level combo right here. And this short corner is just going to get wide open, so much space to be able to attack on that right side. Another reason we like flood and having a flood type of play is for when your defense, as I bump that button, when your defense goes cover two. So when the defense goes cover two, this flood corner is going to run over the top, as you'll see here, runs way over the top of that cloud, and it's super hard for them to be able to defend that. So you're able to just attack every level, every space of the field. And then what if they're sitting four out of cover four? Well, then you go to flood and you put that tight end on a streak and you just hit the simple seam reads. These are just wide open. You got to be able to, hit every part of the field. And this offense can do that. You also have this backside C route. This backside C route, for when they're hard flatting out of a cover three or cover four, kind of an underrated route. You can catch that on the outside corner pretty regularly in this year's game. And then also you have dagger. Another good setup of dagger is just post the tight end, and you can run it like that. And now you have a high-low read, but you have two really good clear out streaks, and that post just gets into a really, really nice spot. So you have a lot of powerful things against bunch tight or from bunch. The other thing that you have here is if we take a look at the audibles. So some of the audibles, right? So remember, we can go one click to the right, and that gets us to this bunch X nasty. All we're going to do is table the running back, streak the solo receiver, and then that's pretty much it. You're pretty much good. If you want to stem this tight end post down, it makes it a really kind of unique post. And then you have this little cheat motion route. This cheat motion route gets over the top of a cover two man if they don't have safety help. So like right there, you saw that I had safety help on that right side, and so it played it pretty good. But what if, let's say somebody starts to get adjusty and they don't actually have safety help anymore. So for example, maybe they take that safety on the left side and they put it in the middle of the field to play the middle third. Well, now, and especially if you have a little bit faster of a player, but you'll see that shade down man just gets absolutely fried by the cheat motion. This is why cheat motions are so important in this game. Another reason why cheat motion is important is one of the meta defenses that you're going to face in this game is you're going to face cover zero, somebody adjusting kind of out of like a mid blitz type of defense. I can show it from Penny, but someone adjusting out of a 3-3 cub type of look. Well, what's really cool about this auto motion is let's say you do that. So let's say they're adjusting their defense, right? So they're going to send 5, but they're going to adjust, right? Because they know that you've been hitting the man coverage. So now they're going to adjust their coverage. And they're going to play something like this, for example. Well, what happens is when you motion this auto motion, when this guy goes across and he goes across really, really fast, you could run a combo like this, for example. And by the way, every play that you call on offense, unless you know a slide pro, reset that pass protection to base. It's the best protection in the game. But as you see here, watch this corner on the right side. He's going to follow the auto motion across. It misaligns the defense completely. And now we have them out leveraged over here on this right side to be able to attack. So it does a really good job at kind of countering any kind of cover zero blitzing meta that you're going to face. That play right there is money for that. The other reason why these auto motion plays are so important to have in your offense is because they also do a really good job because they force you to stay in a kind of more static type of defense, more like a cover 4 drop or cover 3, something like that. But now look at this little outside cheat wheel against an outside quarter. You see how that seam streak kind of pulls the zone defender, and then you're able to hit this in a really, really cool, unique spot. This is also just really, it's just really good against everything, man. If they want to run cover two against you as well, that's another reason why I love this play. Stop squats have matching logic within them. And so this is why we put the running back on the table route. You honestly don't really need, now that I think about it, you don't really need to hot rod this guy to a drag if you don't want to. His crosser's a little shallower than I thought it was. You can, but you don't have to. But what you're going to see is against cover two, first and foremost, look at this outside cheat motion play, just pop cover two. Just does a really good job of kind of just attacking a soft spot within a cover two zone. Now you might say, well, Cody, what if they put cloud flats over there? Isn't that going to affect this play? It's really not. It's going to make it a little bit more of a throwing lane, but you're going to see here that once he clears that cloud, as you see on that left side, he's able to just break down zone coverage so easily within this cheat motion play. Another coverage shell that you need to kind of be prepared to be able to handle is any kind of like cover three. And a lot of times, one of the best ways to attack cover three is to throw the ball in the seams. And so, as you'll see here from this play, motion cross post, we're able to do that. We have a seam streak on the left side here. So they go cover three. Well, now, as you see, I can still throw my auto motion, by the way, because it's that powerful of a route. This is why you need to be using cheat motion plays. They are so good. But also, now let's say, again, it kind of depends a little bit on what we're doing here with this guy. But what a lot of people do is more of a cover three buzz type of look. And so, or a cover three sky type of look. But anyways, what you're going to see here is when I run this play, you're going to see that this seam streak, if they don't have anybody in that area, you see how there's a nice pocket to be able to hit that. Not to mention, guys, that let's say they just defend this perfectly. Let's say they defend this as perfectly can get. Like I said, this is literally the definition of a money play because it breaks down every coverage and it's only two hot routes. You can audible to it really quick. When you audible to these cheat motions, the motion runs a little faster. But look at where that post gets to in that soft spot over the top of those linebackers once that shallow kind of runs underneath. I mean, this is literally the definition of an absolute money play that is good against pretty much every single defense that you're going to face. So you have that within your Bunch X Nasty, but you also have, and this is what I wanted to show, this SFT bounce mesh drive. So the reason I love this play is number one, it's very quick snappable. Literally just streak the slot, you're done. You snap this ball, you get this little cheat bounce motion here to the right side. What I like about that is that kind of just makes it a really simple high-low read, and you have a short corner. These short corners are so important for being able to break down coverage in this game. So again, SFT bounce drive, literally just streak the slot receiver. As you see, this short corner is stemmable. You can stem him down one. It makes it a little sharper, but you're just going to see, look at where he just kind of gets to. Just a soft spot against those cover four, cover three coverages. And then let's say that you're playing somebody and they start running a little bit of cover two on you, right? Cover two with the cloud flats and yada, 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 right? Well, when they start doing that, then we can go to this this motion cross post play again and run this other setup that I think is really good, where we have a stem down corner, we have a seam streak, and you're going to see that the stem down corner is going to get over the top of the cloud on the right side if he actually runs his route. We're going to have to throw this on the run. I'm just bluing everything perfect, but as you see there, really nice. Really nice window to be able to hit that against that cover two. So you have options against cover two. Cover two is really the only coverage that they can really run on the bunch side that you're not going to be able to just flat out manipulate. That being said, though, it's going to be hard to stop you in a cover two because you can just high-low the flat defender. I think, this play flood is really good against cover two because the deep half gets pulled by the outside fade. The flat gets pulled there. And then I don't know how Mitchell just made the play of his career. I don't know how he played that well. Let me actually show that one more time. But you just have a lot of options. Just literally just stem down the tight end corner. If you want to stem down the in route all the way, you can do that. That just makes it more like a drag. But yeah, that's crazy that soft squat's going a little deeper. Soft squat. Shout out to soft squat. Soft squats are good. They don't play anything underneath, but you have the hole underneath, by the way. But anyways, these are just some of the money plays out of here, man. There's so many, and I haven't even gotten to some of the ones I wanted to talk about. So like PA seams, for example, this is such a good play. The reason why this play is so good is just because it's quick snappable. It's very much so a quick snap play. You don't really even necessarily need to do anything. The only thing that I would say to do is to take this outside or this corner here, put him on a corner, stem him all the way down. This is the double corner combo. Why is this play good? This play is good because this deep corner on the short side will pull everything to him. He'll pull literally everything. So you'll see here that this short corner just gets in a nice soft spot against the coverage. Now, if you want to go a little bit even more so here, and this is how you can use audibling to attack different hashes very quickly. So we're going to go to PA seams, corner this guy, stem him all the way down, and then on the backside here, we can just drag the tight end, put the running back on a little streak if we want to do that. And now we have just a really nice high-low read where we can just easily take advantage of some of the soft spots within the coverage that they're putting on us. Another thing we have here is we do have out of this bunch X nasty, this PA double post. We'll show you this against man coverage. So again, like I said, I think man coverage is going to be one of the strategies people utilize early on in the year. The bounce motion, he's still going to be on a play action. So what I would rather you do is just put him on a route. I don't know why. Okay, I guess I can't. Awesome. Perfect. Love to see that. But anyways, let me see if I max protect. Can I just max protect him? Yes, no, okay, that's terrible. All right, but anyway, you have a speed flat to the outside, you have a crosser, literally just streak drag. That's all you got to do. And then what you should see here is one of these routes should get open. There you see there's that post route finally. He kind of cut, took him forever. He got pressed into the ground. Shout out to Quentin Johnson. Kind of struggling. One of my favorite players in college, but kind of struggling in the NFL. But anyways, SFT, PA double post. You can do a lot with this play. And I just think this post route's just good because it's a good post route. It beats man consistently ish, and then it just breaks zone down really well. Another play that you have for man to man, because I did want to give you a couple man plays. So another thing you can do against man to man is you can go back to where are we at here? Tight offset to play Y out. Why is this play good against man coverage? You have a short corner on the left side. All you need to do is just simply drag your tight end, and you're pretty much set up. Now, I would base protect, put your running back on whatever. And what you're going to see is these short corners, they're just really good at beating man. As you see there on the left side, that's why you need to have short corners in your offense, and that's why this tight offset does such a good job. One of the other things that you can do this year is you can, or not, I mean, you do it every year, but you can really do it this year, is come out short side bunch and then go into wide side trips or flip into wide side bunch. So if I want to run bunch, I'll just flip, and now my bunch is to the wide side, right, as you can see that. But the other thing that you can do is you come out in your base formation. They're setting up their bunch defense. They know there's a lot to defend there. But now we go to trips tight end, and we have this short post on this outside receiver. This is amazing. It's an amazing route to be able to consistently beat man. And really, all you're going to do here is you're just going to streak and drag. So something like that. Real simple. But watch this short post route. See how it cuts sharply over the middle of the field? It has the reason I love short posts and short corners is because they have a cut within the route that is going to allow them to be able to consistently attack both man and zone coverage. So again, I'm going to go back over here to this trips. We have that post. If you want to, the other thing is that this post, you can stem it up once. This is going to make it a little bit more like a PA snag type of setup. I love the stem down the corner, but basically what you're going to see here is that short post. Even though you have like a rather average receiver running it against a good corner, the route itself does a really good job of beating man. This opens up a plethora of possibilities and things you can do, and this is why I love Chargers book. Another combo that we have is we can flat and whip this left side, and then on the right side, we're going to use that stem down corner and then have a running back clear out streak. So it looks like that. I think this is a really good play. You got a little whip route against man coverage. You got that short post. I don't know why 43 is. I don't even know how 43 just did that. But let's show that one more time. I'm actually going to contain because I'm getting crazy sheds at $1, which is wild because I actually was thinking they tuned down the sheds a little bit in practice mode. But anyways, you have this motion Z spot, flat, this guy, zig this guy, and then you are good to go, man. Like this is a great combo. It's really a little better for zone, but what's nice is you have, I just want to show off that short post. That short post is money. It's a money play in this game. And again, they can't really run man because our auto motion plays. They can't really run match because match has got so many issues. You know, it's just hard to defend this formation, and it's hard to defend everything you can do. And then they're going to be forced to kind of start going to more of a zone defense. That's where we go to our trips tight end, our verticals play. Very simple. Just put the running back on a Texas, and then you're going to go. And this slot seam is money. You can hit that seam streak every single time. Guys, the Chargers playbook is absolutely lethal in this game. It's by far and away probably my favorite playbook in the game right now. Another thing I wanted to show you real quick, we'll just go up against some random plays. Just a little mini scheme in the red zone, man. Just a little mini scheme in the red zone. We didn't even get into the U-Trip stuff. We don't. I have to show you that. I'm going to show you the red zone, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you this. But this is what I love. This is simple. Just come out and stretch. If they're in goal line like this, normally the stretch will clear, as you see like that. It's pretty good against this. And then let's say they come out in a little bigger set like this. Then you can go to your little duo run. The duo run is really hard to stop in this game. Like you want to be utilizing the duo run. You want to run a little weak side stretch. We can do that. Kind of cut it up. Not able to get a good run there. But you also have the dive. But I just think this wing slot stretch is really. It's just a great run down here. And then if you wanted to, you could pass. You have motion PA slide. Why I like this play. So the reason I like this motion PA slide, I'm going to cancel the auto motion here. But you actually have the ability in this year's game to put your tight end on a zig. So I'm going to zig the inside tight end. The outside tight end can do really whatever. Just put him on a drag, whatever you want, maybe even a curl. A curl makes a lot of sense, honestly. So anyways, what you see here is watch this little speed flat off the snap. You're going to get that little flat. I don't know what we just did there on 93. You know what? We're going to change that up a little bit, that combo. So we're going to zig this tight end, and then we're going to take this other tight end, and we can put him on a wheel. This wheel is a very flat wheel, which is really, really good for getting separation. And then the other thing that you can do on the backside here is we can put this outside guy on really whatever we want. So I like a drag and an in route, or a speed out and a drag. Something simple. But what you're going to get here on the right side is that zig just gets open. That's what I wanted to show. It's just the power of the zig in this year's game in the red zone. It's going to be money for you. Very, very consistently is going to be there for you. Another thing that you can do from this wing slot, again, this is if you want to pass, is you can take the tight end, put him on a crosser, so like a tight end crosser, and then you have kind of some backside stuff. But really, what I like would be something like this right here, where we have that slant out on the right side, not able to hit that, but then we can come backside and maybe hit that crosser if we weren't getting pressured. I don't pass the ball a lot down here. You want to be running the ball. Running the ball is your friend inside the 5 because you're not going to make turnovers. And really the easiest way to get stopped is to get stopped in the red zone. So you want to be running the ball. That being said, the one last thing I totally forgot, because this is how good Chargers playbook is. Sometimes you don't even realize like what all you have here. You have the trips, you have the bunch strong, you have the bunch nasty, but you also have U-trips, and why I absolutely love U-trips. I think U-trips is a great formation. We've never seen U-trips be like a secondary formation, but I actually think it might be this year. And the reason why is because it's such a seamless audible from bunch. So if you see here, if I'm in bunch, if I audible to this Y off trips close, you see pretty quickly we can get to this U-trips. Now, what we're going to do here is watch a wheel. You're just going to corner out your tight end. And why do I love U-trips? Because it beats man coverage. These are just good man-beating plays. Why? Because you have a short corner and you have a short post. Short corners and short posts beat man coverage every single year that I've been playing. And you're going to see it again this year. These short posts and short corners are routes that you need to have within this. We didn't even get into this wild trio, as you have the wild trio as well. Like tight end whip, for example, what's also nice about this play is you have the short post from the outside receiver on the right side. So it becomes even harder for them to identify what you're doing. And then you can really just run basic combos here on the back end of this really one of the best ones is just a basic slot fade. It's such a good route in this game. But what you're going to see here is that short post on the right side. Didn't quite get the separation I wanted there. Sometimes two men under can cage randomly. I will say that just because the press. But normally this is going to be a little bit more consistent than what we got right there. So we'll try it one more time. And if it's not, if it's that, I will say too, though, the route Williams is on is a little bit worse than the route that McConkey's on. It's a little different. But we'll see if we can hit this. You see, okay, he's not going to get open for whatever reason. I think it just could be a speed thing, honestly. It could be that, something as simple as that, because sometimes in regs, these guys are a little slower. We didn't even get into this formation. Bunch spread. Got that too. Little short corner on the right side. You know, stock fade on the left. Like, there's a lot of combos you could build on that. But let's go tight end whip one more time. And again, another little combo that you could do here is just a fade on the outside, and you got the flat zig kind of stickish combo, but then look at that post, just fry over the middle of the field. Like, such a good little formation where you can attack different parts of the field. Another piece of this formation that is really good is what they'll do. A lot of times in U-trips, they'll run like zone, and they'll run like cover 3 hard flat to the left side. If they run like, so it would practically look like this. So like, you would get a cover, like a roll coverage, because the vert hook will defend the tight end route, you know, and then the user's kind of over here for the post. That's typically what you'll get. But anyways, what you're going to see here is we could take this running back. This is kind of a super underrated combo. We have a speed out. We could use a speed out. We could also just use a corner. But a running back streak in a corner, it looks a little weird, but it's actually really good. You're going to see here that corner just gets underneath of that deep quarter, and you can hit that consistently if they're wanting to run cover 3 on that backside. So again, just another route that you have in your arsenal. I didn't even go over the speed out against man. I wanted to cover that real quick. So like, let's go over tight end whip. So if they do give you more man-to-man based coverage, man coverage is shaded inside. Another reason why U-trips is so good is because they get a slot receiver here, and slot hot routes are really good. I can speed out this guy up, and you'll see that the speed out really cooks man coverage from the slot receiver position in this year's game. So it's just a great route to have, and you have access to it within this. Another thing about, that's another reason why I like bunch spread. You can use a speed out on this underneath guy like that, and then you can have a tight end streak. And again, it looks real basic, but it's so good because it's good against man, and it really will just pop man coverage. You'll see, look at that speed out on the right side, just a 5-yard speed out. You're getting easy, 7 to 10 yards. So there's just so much, man. I could talk about this literally forever, but this is a amazing formation in this year's game and amazing playbook. I think Chargers is so good. If you want to get my full Chargers offensive ebook, it is going to be available in our school community. And sign up for that. All you got to do is go down and click the link in the description below.